One of the questions I'm often asked as an Ironman triathlete is, how do you manage to eat during the 3.5-kilometer portion of the Ironman swim? The reality is, it's very difficult. So there's a short answer to that, which is you don't. You cannot find a way to be able to eat, swim, stay out of all the flurry of what's happening in the water, and manage to keep yourself above water. But there's a slightly longer version to that, and that is that the reality is you've got people's feet in your face all the time, kicking you in the mouth. So if you really want to, there's something to chew on all the time. The reality is for most Ironman triathletes, nutrition is vital if they want to make it to the finish line on that race day. They put all this work into training themselves physically. The nutritional strategies they have are going to make or break their race on race day. So the average triathlete will expend about 10 to 15,000 calories over the course of their race. That's a lot of energy. If you think about the average individual, they're likely only going to spend that much energy over a 4 to 6 or 7 day period. So for an athlete who's performing at that level, it's critical that they find a way to strategically manage that energy throughout the day. What ways can they get the biggest bang for the buck from the energy that they need to be able to sustain itself? One of the things I had to learn early as a triathlete is to learn to eat strategically. Strategic eating is a term we use quite often in the Energy for Performance program. And for us it means, how do I generate the biggest return from the least amount of investment? There's about 6 to 10 times a day when the average business professional, if we take this to that context now, will need to be able to make a strategic decision about what they're going to eat. 6 to 10 what we call moments of truth. In the moment of truth, what's going to bring you the biggest bang for the buck? Or are you going to end up like this particular individual by the end of the day? They get home to their family, the people that they care about the most, and their energy's gone. 3 o'clock, end of the workday, they're starting to slow down, the energy's gone. So how can you make strategic decisions throughout the day so that you've got sustained energy throughout your evening as well? Problem is, there's no shortage of information out there. People are bombarded by information all the time. We have South Beach, we have the Zone, we've got Atkins, we've got low carbs, no carbs, good carbs, bad carbs, rubber carbs, whatever carbs. There's so many options that are available. How can you know what you're supposed to do? You look on Google alone, you've got 150 million pages worth of data on dieting alone. 80,000 searches a day on Google alone for people looking for information about how do I make changes, how do I put on a better diet in my life. The reality is it's not about dieting. We stay away from the D word in Energy for Performance. We're focused on managing energy, not managing your weight. Well, we've been able to distill all that data down to 2 things. 2 highly leverageable strategies that you can use to sustain energy over the course of a day. And that's what we're going to spend the next few minutes talking about. What are those 2 factors that can dramatically change the quality and the quantity of the energy that you have?